Today on Rappler. Vice President Sara Duterte refuses to take oath at a committee hearing at the House of Representatives. Sara Duterte says she and President Marcos are not friends. The DOJ charges Alice Guo with trafficking, a non-bailable offense. The United Nations General Assembly is set to adopt a resolution demanding Israel end its unlawful presence in Palestine. And James Reid explains the termination of his Careless music business partner, Jeffrey O. Vice President Sara Duterte makes a surprise appearance during a House committee hearing on her alleged misuse of public funds. Resource persons are routinely asked to take an oath to tell the truth, but the Vice President challenges the request.
Nakalagay po doon na witnesses lang po ang ino-oath. Sabi niyo po ngayon sa amin, resource persons kami.
Former President and Pampanga's 2nd District Representative Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, a Duterte ally, comes to her defense. Arroyo says the committee cannot trivialize the difference between a resource person and a witness. Before asking to leave the hearing early, Duterte accuses lawmakers again of plotting her impeachment.
I will not allow myself to be subjected to an inquiry based on an empty privilege speech, just so you can attack me and do indirectly what you failed to do directly during the budget hearings.
Vice President Sara Duterte claims she and President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. were never friends and only interacted during their campaign as running mates. This after Duterte claimed to be the target of political attacks under the Marcos administration.
Hindi naman kasi kami talaga nagkausap niyan. Hindi kami magkaibigan. Unang-una, nagkakilala lang kami dahil naging running mate kami.
The Uniteam Alliance catapulted Marcos and Duterte to the country's top posts in a landslide victory in 2022. Unlike most presidential and vice presidential tandems in recent history, the two had no real personal ties. Marcos and Duterte struggled to keep the facade of a happy partnership as Duterte's infighting with Marcos allies spilled into public view. In June, Duterte resigned from the Marcos cabinet, signaling the end of the Uniteam Alliance. Asked whether she regrets being part of the Uniteam, she says,
"Oh, never again."
The Justice Department formally charges Alice Guo with human trafficking Tuesday, September 17. This is the second official charge against the dismissed Bamban Tarlac mayor and the first that's non-bailable. The DOJ filed the case before the Pasig City Regional Trial Court. Once the case is raffled to a branch, the presiding judge may issue an arrest warrant against Guo. The case stems from a complaint filed by the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission and the Philippine National Police back in June. Guo is implicated as the incorporator of a company that leased land to a pogo in Bamban, where authorities found evidence of torture and trafficking. Guo is currently detained at the PNP Custodial Center in Quezon City over a graft charge. Although graft is a bailable offense, her lawyer says she chooses to stay under police custody for her safety. The United Nations General Assembly is set to adopt a Palestinian-drafted resolution that demands Israel end its, quote, unlawful presence in the occupied Palestinian territory within 12 months. The action will isolate Israel days before world leaders travel to New York for their annual UN gathering. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is due to address the 193-member General Assembly on September 26, the same day as Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas. The draft resolution aims to welcome an advisory opinion by the International Court of Justice that Israel's occupation of Palestinian territories is illegal and should be withdrawn. The ICJ advisory opinion is not binding, but carries weight under international law. Washington, an ally of Israel, urges countries to vote no. Israel's ambassador to the UN, Danny Danon, calls the draft resolution diplomatic terrorism. Careless music founder James Reid reveals his former business partner, Korean-American Jeffrey O, has been terminated from the record label. This follows O's arrest and detention in July 2023 by the Bureau of Immigration for allegedly working without permits and visas. He was later released on bail but faced deportation charges. In an interview with OG Diaz, Reid alleges O owes him over 100 million pesos and that there were several contracts and business deals O signed without Reid's knowledge. Reid also says O promised to document all the missing transactions, but they later found out O had already gone to Los Angeles. O has yet to speak on the issue. This comes days after the label announced actress Liza Soberano was no longer under its management since July 29. And that's today's wrap. I'm Giselle Barrientos. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.